afternoon, folks. Big Bo with RVs with Big Bo at Parkway RV Center. Just got one fresh off the road I wanted to share with y'all today. I know it's Travel Trailer Tuesday, but let's throw a diesel motorhome in the mix. Very, very nice 2005 Itasca Meriden. The model is a 36G, so this is kind of a mid-sized diesel. 36 feet 5 inches long total length, so it's not 32 or 33, but it's not 40, 42 either. So this unit has got 86,000 miles, looks and runs great. Bought it out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. It's pretty much been down there in South Georgia most of his life. 2 slides, bought it from the owner. Nice unit. Of course, it's built by Winnebago, so you know the quality's there. This is equivalent. This is the sister brand of Winnebago Journey. You had 2 options of engine in that year. You could either get the 300 Cummins or the 350 Caterpillar turbo diesel. This one's got the 350 Cat in it. No check engine lights, dash air's nice and cold. It's got, you know, back then you had to pay extra for a diesel generator over a propane generator. And the original owners did that. It's got the 7.5 Onan diesel generator instead of the 6.5 propane generator. Runs great. 900 hours on it, which right in line with 86,000 miles. Of course, beautiful full body paint. It's a Winnebago product. So good thing about that is Winnebago actually built 80% of the parts on this RV. So even though this is an 05, you can still get a lot of the parts directly from Winnebago, and that's about the only brand you're going to be able to do that for a 2005. And it's on a Freightliner XC chassis. Got the good looking Alcoa wheels, Michelin tires. You know, that's a good sign that you're buying a well cared for coach, because people who have owned an RV for years, you know, especially if they're getting ready to sell it or trade it in a couple of years, most of them are not going to spend the extra money to put Michelins on it. The fact they put Michelins on it, knowing they're probably going to get rid of it soon, says a lot about how well they took care of it. And the fact that the dash air still works too, because the only way a 2005 model Class A dash air still works if somebody repaired it over the years. And that's something hardly anybody uses, because you got your generator and you got your basement air on this particular one. And the fact they kept that up says a lot about how well they kept their RV up. It's got slide toppers. Both slides are on the driver's side. I've got the motorhome running, got the generator running. Beautiful exterior. I don't see any delamination. It is a one-piece seamless fiberglass roof like all Winnebagos. It has a washer and dryer inside already installed. 10,000 pound tow capacity, 3,000 Allison 6-speed automatic. What a beaut for an 05. I mean, I wish I could find 05s look like this every day, but that is hard. Power awning. It's got the door awning. It's got the window awning. I've got the original build sheet inside with MSRP and all that. And back in 2005 prices, they had over $26,000 in options on this Itasca. And today that's about $50,000 worth of options. So they didn't order it just plain Jane base model. I mean, they ordered it loaded. Beautiful full body paint. Should have the tray. So I hadn't even looked in these compartment doors. Yes, this may be biting me shooting myself in the foot, but yeah, it's got a couple little things in there, but it's got a slide out tray. Should be full pass through there. This one should just be a storage compartment. Which it is. Looks good. And you'll have the same thing on the other side. Windshields look great. No check engine lights, no warning lights. Got the bra on the front to protect the front end. For $59.9, guys. $59.9. That sounds like a misprint, but it's worth way more than that. In fact, matter of fact, let me pop NADA up real quick so you can see what the average retail and low retail is. Hang on tight. And notice I didn't add any options on that and put the miles on it. So you can see way underneath market and native book value. But let me show you inside this thing. You talk about clean. Look at the carpet and the step well. I'd say this has been replaced sometime over the past 16 years, 17 years. But it looks great. Leather seats, in the front leather seats look great. They didn't use that flaking furniture crap back then, guys, like you see in most motorhomes today. Dash air is good and cold. You've got, the floor has been, looks like it's been changed, maybe. Yeah, I think so. But they've done an excellent job on it. Somebody has changed out the main walkway with linoleum from carpet, which is what a lot of y'all would probably do anyway. So, hey, that just saves you the trouble of doing it. Leather furniture. Look at the driver's seat to have 86,000 miles. That thing don't have a stress crack on it. Somebody's kept these conditioned. 87,123 miles, I'm sorry. Backup camera works great. Dash air works, got a CB radio. It's got the Trip Tech computer, which is built into your backup camera. And all it basically is, it just gives you a, well, when you first cut it on, it gives you a checklist to go through. And then you clear out of it after you do your checklist, like make sure your slides are secure, antennas down, stuff like that. So, does it have an air horn? It's got an air horn. Hope I didn't give nobody a heart attack out there. 7,500 Onan diesel generator, just purring like a kitten right now. I've got the, you know, these don't have traditional rooftop air units. These have a basement air, which is a 2-ton plus residential style basement air that's running right now. It's nice and cold. It's a lot quieter and more efficient than 2 rooftop air units, and you only got 1 unit to maintain. Plus, it's an electric heat pump too, so you've got a furnace and a heat pump to keep it warm in the wintertime. Television looks like it's been changed. They originally had a CRT, but they did a good job of it. It does have a satellite system on the roof, but guys, I don't guarantee those in any shape, form, or fashion. They get so outdated so quickly. So buy it under the assumption that the satellite system is outdated, but if you can buy service and get it to work, just consider it a free bonus. Electronics wise, you've got DVD player, crossover, so you can like put a DVD up here, play it on the rear TV, or watch cable or whatever up here, then stream it back there if you want to. That's kind of like the prehistoric Bluetooth, a way to transmit one way to the other. And you do have a Euro style rocker recliner. You've got a fold up table. Both these front seats swivel for party seating. So like if you are entertaining a lot of people, you can swivel these 2 seats around. The passenger seat is a recliner. And then you got this, so you can set 2 or 3 extra people here that way. Plus have 2 on the sofa and a couple on the table booth. Now this is their patented Rest Easy Power sleeper sofa. This actually folds out and makes a queen bed, and it also makes a pretty comfortable day lounger too. And you can lean it back, you know, if you just want to relax. Now I'm trying to do this one-handed, so y'all forgive me. You can, if I can do this, this thing hasn't been used in a while. I might have both hands to get that out, but it's got a footrest that comes out there, so it's almost like a recliner. And that footrest folds on out, pops up, and you've got a, with both sides together and those backs folded straight down, you actually got a 60 by 80 queen bed. You got a table booth that makes a bed. The only thing I see wrong with this, as far as a pick, is a little sagging in the headliner right here. But it's not from water damage, because if it was, it would have gave right there. It doesn't. It's probably from, because this thing is 17 years old, and if it's been in South Georgia for several years, a lot of heat, a lot of humidity, that glue's probably lost a little cohesion, but I mean, you can punch that thing, there's not a soft spot in it. So it's not from water damage, that's just heat. And you know, I point out the good and the bad, guys. I mean, these are used RVs, none of them are going to be perfect. By gosh, for an 05, you couldn't want one to be any nicer than this, I don't believe. That's the only thing I really see on it. The rest of the ceiling looks great. You can see the crowned roof. Solid surface Corian countertops. And you obviously know they took care of it because look, the sink covers and the stovetop covers there, they're not cracked. No cracks anywhere, so that's a sign of a good riding chassis. And it does have a 3-burner stovetop. Oh, look at that, guys. They didn't cook in it. Microwave convection oven. You know, solid hardwood cabinetry. Winnebago uses a patented glaze that they've used on their cabinets since the 70s. And you can look at a Winnebago that's 50 years old, and the cabinets maybe have an outdated color on it, but they look just as good as this 2005 and or even a 2015 or 2022. Boy, that air feels good. You know, believe it or not, it's 66 degrees right now. So at least I'm able to try the air out for you. Upgrade, 14 cubic foot Norcold RV refrigerator freezer, so it runs off electric and it runs off propane, either one. And it's very clean. You know, the grates aren't beat up from sliding stuff in and out, so right there tells me it's not been a live-in model. Is it the original equipment? Sometimes they put a date on these things, but I just don't see it. So maybe it may have been replaced in the last few years, I don't know. It does have a optional 2,000 watt inverter that it does have. So if you want to operate this refrigerator while you're driving down the road on electricity, you don't want to run it on propane for whatever reason, you can actually run it off the inverter. But keep in mind, if you don't have your motor running, it's already getting cold back there. If you don't have your motor running, that inverter will kill your batteries pretty quick. It will maintain itself off the charge from your alternator going to your house batteries while you're driving. But let's see what we got in here. Slide out pantry. Pretty good. What do they leave us here? You get a free box of toothpicks. Now guys, with current lumber prices, that's about 10 bucks worth of scrap lumber right there in a box of toothpicks. I'm probably not far off. This is your at-a-glance system, and what this is all your important controls are right here in one spot. So you're not going to this part of the RV to put your rooms out, this part to crank your generator, this part to check your tank levels. Everything's right here. You even have a special light right here pointing right at it so you can see it at night. And it does have a solar panel on the roof. The True Air residential central heat and air, and it does have the heat pump, Dimensions inverter, 2,000 watt, and you can see we're running on generator power, running 22 amps right now with the AC. I've got both compressors on the AC, 960 hours on the generator. Block heater, this is your water heater switch for your electric element. This is your water heater switch for your propane element. DSI, you flip that on, that light will come on, and when it lights, it'll go off. Of course, you'll hear it too if you don't have anything else running. This is all your tank levels. Now, Winnebago also, in all their products, uses a outside tank sensor. See, with traditional RVs, the sensors are inside the tanks, and what happens is, like the black water tank, which is your sewer water, it will be hang on. Sorry about that, guys. I had some lookers come in. B, I had a guy that does the pricing on the windshield come around too. So, but I want to point out one thing that I didn't notice outside. The customers noticed the Michelin tires on this thing were put on and have 2021 date codes. So basically new tires. That's some expensive tires for 2021. What I was getting at about the tanks is Winnebago uses, you know, other RV brands use a in-tank sensor, and on the black water tank, which is your sewer tank, Sometimes you'll get false readings because they'll have stuff dry on it that I'm not going to mention, or toilet paper or something like that. So even though your sewer tank might be empty, it'll be showing full. Winnebago actually has a patent they use in all their RVs, and that is they use the sensors on the outside of the tank to check your levels. So you always know you're going to get a true reading off of your tank levels. Now, propane, these are never accurate on propane. You always want to look on the gauge on your tank if you really want to know what your propane tank level is. Another tip you can do too is turn like all 3 stove eyes on high with it lit. Let it run for a few minutes and go outside and look on the side of the tank. And you can do this with travel trailers too, or fifth wheels. When you're using a lot of propane, it will freeze up. The propane level will freeze up to where it's at on the tank. So if you see an ice line up to about a quarter of the way up, you got about a quarter of a tank, half a tank up, half a tank, vice versa. So a little trick you can use to tell your propane tank level if you don't trust your gauge. Learn something new every day around me, don't you? In here in the bathroom, guys, you do have a and I like the way the hallway kind of curves because it gives you more privacy for the bedroom, but you do have Corian vanity top in here. They did a good job on this floor. This trimmed out and everything. Left a couple of jugs in there. You can look at the skylight. No signs of water damage, leak damage, soft spots, anything like that. Somebody left a couple of jugs in there, which a lot of people do for their toilet. When you're traveling, you don't want to carry water, you carry a couple gallons to put your flush your whatever down the toilet, especially if you're winterized. It's drain your tank when you get to where you're going. You do have a solid sliding door for privacy. It's locked right now. You can open this door up, and this is your water closet. You've actually got a China RV toilet, so it's not one of those cheap plastic ones. You do have a washer and dryer combo in here, which can save you, about $2,500 if you need one and your RV doesn't have one. It's already got it. We're gonna walk toward the back. I love the 36G bedroom. I don't know what it is. It's just the colors in here and the lighting is just so comfortable. Like I just want to, when I see this, I just want to knock my shoes off, lay down, take a nap. Very, very, I guess you'd call that a cozy bedroom. It's got a queen island bed. It's a 60 by 80 residential size bed like all Winnebagos used back then. You've got a radio in here. You've got plug-ins. You've got a closet in the slide out, so you got a ton of extra storage plus some overhead. The residential fan is a very, very nice touch over the bed. You've got a television in here. Additional dresser drawers. Bed storage under the bed, and we're sitting on top of that 7.2 liter C7 Cat diesel, which, guys, that and actually this came with 2 engine choices: the C7 Cat or the 300 horse ISB diesel, and either one of them would have been an excellent choice. That's the 2 most dependable motors that you can get in a diesel pusher, and this is definitely, either one of them would have been a fine choice. But this is a 860 pound-feet of torque. It's a more torquey one than the Cummins of that year. Cummins had 660, this had 860. This tows 10,000 pounds. So solid sliding door for your privacy right here too. Like I said, you can't go wrong with a Winnebago product. These were just so well built, especially in this era. Winnebago, Monaco, which also includes Holiday Rambler, Tiffin, Newmar, those are brands that you can never go wrong with on quote unquote an older Class A diesel. Now I actually have the original, I guess you'd call this a Maroni sticker, like a car, that shows the original MSRP $209,582 with 26, that's including the $26,000, 676, which is so entertaining to me to look at these because, okay, like they charged them $1,300 to add the washer and dryer, $1,302 option. It's double that now. To go from the 6.5 Onan propane generator to put a new 7.5 Onan diesel generator in this, they only charge $4,655. That's about a $12,000 job to replace one of those 7.5 generators today in 2022. So this back then was a, and it does have the air brakes, exhaust brake, and all that. Forgot to mention that when I was up front. You know, it was $209,000, $582 back in 2005 prices MSRP. Now, Winnebago still makes a Journey, which is a sister brand of this. So just for S&Gs, I looked up a 2022 Winnebago Journey. It's got 30 more horsepower engine, but the equivalent of this in a Winnebago, or the closest thing to it, a Winnebago Journey MSRP, $397,000. So in 17 years, new RV prices on something like this have doubled, pretty much, almost doubled. But I'm not asking $397,000 for it. I'm not asking $209,000 like it was new. I'm asking $59,900. Y'all saw the NADA is $71,000 plus with no added options. You know, I'm not adding for the washer and dryer. I'm not adding for the bigger generator. I could, but I'm not going to, because I don't do that. I like to keep, NADA should be adjusting for the miles and base and nothing else. So what is that, 11, 12,000 under book average retail with no added options. You know, everybody else going to add $4,000 or $5,000 worth of options. I'm not going to do that. I've got it for $59,900 while it lasts. Of course, that is a 100% haggle-free firm price. And what I guarantee to work for that price is I guarantee the slide outs to go in and out like they're supposed to. I guarantee the refrigerator and freezer to get to operating temp. I guarantee the basement AC to get to operating temp, which it is. And I guarantee the generator to run and put out like it's supposed to, as well as for this thing to ride and drive down the road like it's supposed to. With those new Michelins, it ought to. I mean, guys, it doesn't need tires. You're going to be hard-pressed to find another 05 for this price that's this nice. Not too big, not too small. I mean, anybody would be proud to own this. And anything else that you want to inspect, you'll have to come up and inspect it for yourself. If you are not sure about your ability to do that, then I suggest calling and hiring a third-party RV inspector. You can have one done for a few $100s for your peace of mind, so you'll know exactly what works, what doesn't, what needs addressed, what doesn't need to be addressed before you buy it, so you can make a better informed decision. Like I said, the only thing I'm going to guarantee to work and repair if it doesn't work, which so far all that does work, refrigerator, freezer, basement air, slide outs, and generator, and the running and driving, and all that's fine. So as far as what we guarantee to work, it's ready to go. You can come pay for it, take it home the same day. I've already checked it out for you. As long as you pay with certified funds. But like I said, you know, come up, spend some time in it. We'll plug it into shore power, run the generator, let you go through it. It's been winterized. You can see, and then you can go through it yourself, get an idea what you're getting into. Like I said, if you're not an experienced RV owner, or you just don't feel comfortable doing that, you can hire an inspector. That's how we keep our prices so low. Now, if you want to pay retail book for this thing, we'll do a retail inspection and checkout. But, you know, as long as we're pricing these things as low as we are, guys, we have to move these things in and out as quick as possible so we don't have a backlog in the shop, so that people can come in and pick them up and take them home. But I promise you guys, like I said, the freezer's getting cold, the basement air is cold, dash air is cold, generator runs, it's obviously putting out because I'm not hooked into shore power. It does have 50 amp power, by the way, so you need 50 amp power for shore power. And the upholstery looks great. Carpet, it's been changed, but it looks great. New tires. Just drove up from Atlanta, which is a couple hours away. Guys, what are you waiting on? It's under book. It's hitting all the check marks if this is what you're looking for. No smoke or pet odors. Just a nice motorhome. That's why I want to go ahead and put it on, even though it's Travel Trailer Tuesday. $59.9, haggle-free firm. Doesn't matter how far away you come. Doesn't matter to buy it. Doesn't matter how you pay for it. That's the price. Being an 05, I will have some limited financing available with approved credit and down payment. Keep in mind it's going to be a shorter term, probably a little bit higher rate, because I only have one lender that'll go back to 2005, and they know that, and their rate's a little higher. So check with your bank or credit union about what they can do on a 2005 Itasca Meriden 36G, and then see what our banks can do, and go with the option that works the best for you guys. Financing is a courtesy to our customers here at Parkway RV Center. Now, you go to like Rip Off World, all these other places, they're making thousands of dollars on financing by marking the interest rate up. We don't. You know, our when you get approved here, you pay whatever the bank tells us the lowest rate they can do it for. We don't get in there and mark it up 1 or 2 points like the other guys do, and overcharge you by thousands of dollars over the life of an RV loan in payments like the other dealerships do. We don't try to upsell you extended warranties and gap insurance and this, and this. All that stuff's marked up 4 times dealer cost, not worth the paper it's written on. They always say no to upsells. It's just, you're just giving them more money. You might as well add another $10,000 to the price you're paying for it, because that's how much more profit they're going to make off of it. So, you know, always keep your out the door price as low as possible, and your finance price as low as possible if you finance, even though chances are whoever buys this is going to pay cash. I mean, guys, it's hard to find a nice gas motor home with 2 slides for this price, much less an Itasca by Winnebago diesel. I mean, this thing is just clean, it's nice. First person that can buy it, that looks at it, is going to buy it. I can promise you that. But anyway, guys, $59.9, haggle-free firm, will trade. If you got a question or you want to come look at it, give us a call. Make sure it's available, of course. If you're coming a long distance, you probably want to consider leaving a deposit. If you want to fly down, we'll pick you up at the Chattanooga, Tennessee airport during business hours. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday, 9 to 5 Eastern. We only do test drives Monday through Friday, so please make your plans accordingly. Saturday is you know, we're short-staffed on Saturday. That is more or less a looker's day, a tire kicker's day. You know, if you're serious about buying it, we do recommend you come Monday through Friday, so that you can definitely, you're not sharing a salesperson with 5 other people like you would be on Saturday. And that is right, guys. I've got pictures of Saturdays where we've had 35, 40 cars out here, and I've got 5 salespeople. Needless to say, not everybody's going to get helped. But then again, most people on Saturdays are locals, tire kickers, just want to see what one looks like. You know, everybody's welcome here, guys. You know, you go to the Rip Off World, all these other places, they want buyers. In fact, I've had more than one customer tell me that if they go in there and say they just want to look and just want to browse at everything, they've had, and I've heard this from more than one person, that they'll tell them no, that the salespeople get paid by commission. They don't make money on lookers, so they're not going to go through the time and trouble to walk around with you, because these big dealerships won't let you just browse without a salesperson. We do. You know, everything's open, everything's got a price, or most everything's got a price on the windshield. So you get a chance to look at these things. You know, that's a haggle-free price. You know, we know what we cover for that price. And you can just walk around, take your time in them. If you want to look at Class A motorhomes and say, you know what, I want to look at a pop-up, be my guest, or a hybrid, or a travel trailer, a fifth wheel, or whatever. I've got plenty. I've got 130 units in stock, guys. And I'm pumping these things online as fast as I can. This is a 4th video today. It's been a long time since I've done 4 videos in a day, but I got that new generator, so the towables are a whole lot easier to do now than running power or jump boxes and all that stuff. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you smash me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment, share on social media, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Feel free to, if you're on Facebook, go to my Facebook page, RVs with Big Bo, and like it. and you can actually message me there. I'm not in sales, I do the marketing, but I've been an RV owner for 25 years. I've worked at RV dealerships for 25 years. I've done every position in an RV dealer you could think of. I will give you inside information, I will give you advice, and I will try to save you some money. You know, y'all probably noticed some of that in my videos. I try to tell it to you like it is, what to look out for, especially if you go to these big corporate dealerships. You know, we're an independent mom and pop dealer. You know, we can save you a lot of money because we've been in business 54 years. We don't spend millions of dollars a year at sponsoring college football game or bowls and NASCAR races and billboards all over the country, coast to coast. We don't have commercials on television. We don't have hundreds of employees we got to pay every week. You know, when you go to dealerships that do all that stuff, their overhead is 3 times what ours is per unit. So they have to make a lot more money. Their prices are going to be higher. And they got to make extra money on, like I was talking about earlier, the financing, the upsells, all that stuff. You know, we don't do that because we don't have to. Everything we own is paid for. We operate off our own money. There's nothing floor planned here. Any other dealer, pretty much any dealer you go to, they don't have the titles in-house to their inventory. The title's sitting at the bank because they finance that RV with the bank, and they have interest charges on that, and they have to pass it along to you in the form of higher overheads. Guys, we operate off our own cash. That's financial stability. That's what you want in a dealer. You don't want a dealer that had double or 2 or 3 floor plans and you know, has to add $2,000-$3,000 to every RV they sell in interest charges they pass along to the customer, guys. Heck, if we can't buy it, we don't want it. If we can't pay for it. And yeah, we may not have a $10 million showroom with a Starbucks coffee shop inside of it. And I got an old Bun coffee maker that always got hot coffee on, so you know, old school, but it works, and you benefit from it because you're not paying all that extra overhead and you're saving money on pricing. So that's what matters. You know, you buy one from us, guys, it's something that you know you can sell or trade down the road without owing more on it than it's worth. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.